The hardest part of bungee jumping is bouncing back. My name's Victor Ashley and I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. This is how you get a hold of me. Also, please hit subscribe. I really appreciate your support. Follow along, everything like that, because I cover a lot of different areas, topics, zip codes, and concepts that might be important to you, and I could be talking about your neighborhood next. And while you're at it, please leave a comment below. Please be nice, but you can also be snarky. I really appreciate your support, and let's get into it. If you've been noticing, I've actually taken the last 2 days off because I've been taking care of some client issues. So let's get into our review today. And what we're doing is we're taking a look at the April of this year versus the April of last year. And we're comparing the sales data of the 98087 that's in the middle of LYNNWOOD. And let's get into it right now. Here's our walk-on. Now, if you're new to my channel, I use the Seattle Space Needle as our point of reference. So the Seattle Space Needle is located about 18 miles south of the LYNNWOOD area. The LYNNWOOD area is specifically up in this zone. It's south of Everett, north of Seattle, and also west of the Bothell zone. Now, I also just covered not only the Everett area, but also the Bothell area. Those links are right here. If you have any questions, please follow those links, and hopefully that answers some of your questions. But I'm looking at a hyper local zip code inside of LYNNWOOD specifically. So this is the 98087, and now that we have a walk-on, let's get into it right now. Now the MLS, the multiple listing service inside of the Washington state area, they actually put out a fast stats, and this one just came out a day or two ago. This is a good catch-all, but at the same time, it doesn't specifically get into a price per square foot breakdown or anything like that. But I want to actually acknowledge that there is other information out there, and please take my information against any other person's information with a grain of salt. But I'm using my best analysis and such, so you know exactly what I am doing, and I'm walking you through this also. Now, specifically, let's get into the sales data. So in April of last year, there was 52 homes sold. I have all the sales data right here. And what this looked like, the average home sold was $851,000, 13 days on market, 3 beds, 2.5 bath, and 1875 square feet. This came out to a price of square foot of $462 a square foot. The price per square foot method is really the best method of figuring out if something is higher or lower than market average. Our market average, let's just say it's the price per square foot, is $462 a square foot. Now, this April, this is this April that just ended right now, there was 47 homes sold in this period of time. Now, if you've been following any of the other reviews that I've been doing this entire week, what you have noticed is this is very close to the same amount of homes actually being sold. And what I've noticed in the other zip codes and areas that I've been doing this review on, the sales data has been about half. And I was very surprised to see that this one was almost the exact same in actual data. But the prices were different, and let's get into it. Because the price average was $764, $764,000, 21 days on market, so it actually took about a week longer to sell that house. 3.5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, and 1962 square feet, and our price per square foot came out to $394. Now what we do is we average the two sizes of the houses together. Now we have an apples to apples comparison, and we put that against the price per square foot. When I put those together and I adjusted the size of the house, the adjusted house being sold last year was $885,000. And then this year it was $754,000. And what that comes out to is a difference of roughly $130,000. And that is a 14.7% decrease from this year to last year. Actually, the other way around, from last year to this year. So this might sound like a buying opportunity for those of you that are renting or you're looking to relocate. But let's get into some of the numbers right now, because I actually also did the mortgages for this. So the mortgages roughly to buy that house that I just described last year, it would have cost you roughly it would cost you $4,400 roughly a month on a 30-year mortgage. Now, again, everybody's FICO and financial situation is completely different. Just keep that in mind. But this year, because the interest rates have actually gone up, it's actually increased about $320 a month. And not only that, but you lost $130,000 in buying power. Now, also, if you're renting right now and you want to move into that, you're going to notice that your rent is actually quite a bit less. Because if you rented out this exact same house right now, it would be $3,300 instead of having to pay $4,700 to buy that house. And then roughly that's a $1,400 difference. And that's actually 142% to actually increase from your buy right now, from your rent right now to your purchase. So keep that in mind. Also, the inverse of that is true. If you are a seller right now and you're like, hey, I want to sell the house or I want to rent it out, what do I need to do here? Well, now you're going to know that you're either going to have to rent it for way more than your mortgage to even get close to getting close to covering your costs, or you're going to have to really realize that based on market rents right now, it is actually more economical to sell. So the reason why I do these things is because I want to actually get into a lot of things that I don't see actually talked about a lot. And I actually just got a phone call this weekend from somebody. They watched my Kirkland one and they gave me a holler and they're like, hey, I'm an industry professional and I've never seen somebody actually talk about it this way. So if you have any questions on this, hit me up. Here's my number right here again. And I really appreciate the support and your time today. And as always, it was a pleasure working with you today. And I hope you have a fantastic day.